Evening YouTube. Okay, I'm kind of breaking a promise to myself here. I've been working on this model in between a few bits and pieces. I'm really bad. I get enthusiastic about one thing and forget everything else, and then when I get bored I move on to another project. But I promised myself on this one that I wasn't going to upload a thing until it was done, but I can't help myself. I'm just so happy with how this one's come out. I've shown it to a couple of my friends in various photos, and I've had comments back, one of which was that some of the best work I've ever done, so I just wanted to share it because it's a beautiful model and it'd be a shame not to. It's the Mortis engine, or my progress on it so far, and yeah, this has been a learning curve and a half for me, this model. It's really the first model where I've properly tried to paint with the airbrush to get shades on, so you can see through the ghost swarm here how there's all the different shades. Just bring that in a little of the greens in there, the highlights coming to the edges of the swarm, and that was all done with the airbrush. The bottom part I did give a wash of blue over. I wasn't too keen on how it came out, it looked a bit too patchy, so I kept that bottom part as that, and made the upper part of the swarm look distinctly different. So that was cool. The palanquin started with a brown base layer at the top, then a very light brown, and then highlights of bleached bone from the top down, so it's like a fused cage of bone. Try not to poke the camera with a stave there. You can see a bit more of it here where I've been doing the shades through it. The skeletons, the fire and the lighting effect on the back of them, I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous, and this is all from my airbrush. This is the first time really that I've properly used it, and I've got to say I am more than, phone's going off, more than, you know, impressed. Just for doing fire alone, this airbrush is worth its weight in gold to me. A little bit of glowy green from the lanterns hanging off the back. Let's see how well we can see into here. I might have to do a bit of zooming, but the actual relinquery inside there, if you can see it through the gates, was painted black and has had a highlight coming in, and then the edges picked out on the padlocks. It's had all of the candles painted, the steps themselves painted Astronomicon grey, sorry, Adeptus Battle grey, and then was it Adeptus Battle? Dark grey, one or the other, I forget which it is, and then dry brushed up. But the other thing that I'm really happy with this model in, as well as being the first time to properly use the airbrush, you know, not just giving it a quick camo pattern on a tank, this is the first time I've ever tried to use weathering powders. So I've got some various different levels of rust as I've been trying to get different sort of effects on there. So very, very light rust across some of the armour, very heavy rust on some of the weapons. This side, obviously you can see what I did first, where the rust is very heavy, but I kind of like that. It separates it out, it picks it out a bit from the others, gives it a little bit of individuality there. So this model for me has really been a benchmark, and it's tested me quite a bit. There's always things that I've been terrified of doing, and I know it's silly really, but weathering powders have always terrified me, and airbrushes, oh, you know, I don't think I can do it. If I can do it, anyone can. This really is one of the favourite things I've done so far, and I keep looking back through some of my other things and thinking, oh, I could just brush this up, just brush that up. And I realise I'm rambling right now, but can you blame me? I mean, look at this thing, it's absolutely gorgeous. So next port of call, when I get a day off work to do some undercoating and some more building. Obviously I've got to build the rail on the front here with the book on, the Unholy Tome. I've got to do the Necromancer to ride on there, and of course I've got to do the Howling Banshees that swarm around the top of the actual cage. So I'm thinking of doing the Necromancer in purple, so he matches one of the corpse carts. In my videos, my corpse carts, I've got a red Necromancer and I've got a purple one. So I'm thinking I might do purple again. It fits very well with the rest of the army. Or I might do Hawk Turquoise. The actual Banshees, I'm going to pick out so that they're very obviously different from the swarms down here. I'm going to do the same sort of effect, so with the highlighting and the shades underneath, the lights on the top, but I'm going to pick them out in blue so that they are quite different rather than green for the swarm. The other thing that I have to do for this video is I have to give an amazing shout out to a channel called BuyPainted. I don't know if you've ever watched them. If you haven't, please, for the love of God, go and watch them, subscribe to them, because basically to do this I have followed one of their tutorial videos, and I'll pop the link in the description. And all I can say, if he watches this channel, because I'm going to hopefully put this up as a video response to it, thank you so much. You're an amazing channel, an amazing painter, and thank you to everyone really that watches my videos and comments and subscribes. And yeah, we can only go up from here, guys. We can only go up from here. This is amazing. So, thanks again. I'm going to quietly wet myself in glee and see what else I can cover in weathering powders. I'm eyeing up that Malcador at the moment. It needs finishing, and I happen to have black soot to go around the flamers. Thanks again, guys. Keep safe, have fun, and I'll chat to you later. Bye bye.